We're going to look at the pedometer calculator in lab 1-6. Here we're trying to calculate how many calories were lost after a person took a certain number of steps. So based on the number of steps they take, we're going to convert that into miles and then multiply that by 65 calories per mile. Now, you can examine the algorithm in this pseudocode, and we'll take a quick look at the flowchart and then the Python code. Here we're going to start by declaring our variables. We have so far declared miles walked. We have declared steps taken. And then we have declared calories lost. Steps taken can be an integer if you'd like, as we're likely not going to count a half of a step. And then the fourth and final variable that we're going to have is the day of the week, because that's a required input if you read the description of the program. So those are our four variables that we will use. Now this one here, this is our calculated variable. This is what we're trying to calculate. And we're going to calculate calories lost based on miles walked. So those are four. Now the first we're going to do is we're going to start with our input. So we'll have an input statement, just to give you an idea of a reminder of how this is done. We're going to ask how many steps were taken. So we'll ask we're going to put that into a variable called steps taken, so how many steps they were taken. And then the program also asks for the day of the week. So we'll put that in. Now after that, we would calculate how many miles were walked. So this here will be how many miles were walked based on how many steps were taken. So refer to the program for that proper formula. And then we have another assignment statement that will calculate how many calories were lost. And this will be calculated based on how many miles they walked multiplied by 65. Then you could do an output statement displaying the day of the week and also how many calories were lost. Now over in Python, you're going to follow the same structure where the first thing that you're going to do is your input statement asking for the day of the week and how many steps were taken. So you'll have two input statements. Put a 2 there. After those two inputs, we're going to have two calculations. And we're going to start by first calculating how many miles were walked. And then secondly, how many calories were lost. And then you can do your output statement.